Valentine's is here, and there are some people who are gonna make right decisions while others make the wrong decisions. So, which side are you on? Are you going to make mistakes, or are you just doing temporary things to gain things that aren't long term and things just satisfy and to prove that this day didn't go to waste? So, in this video, I'm gonna focus and look on some of the mistakes that ladies make because of Valentine's Day. It's an important day. So the first mistake that ladies make is lowering their standards for a date. Some women settle for just anyone to avoid being alone on Valentine's Day, even if that means sticking with a person who doesn't align with their values or long-term goals. You just end up with this person even if it doesn't fit them, just for temporary gains. It's a mistake. The second mistake is giving in to pressure for sex. Many ladies feel pressure to have sex on Valentine's Day, maybe by their friends or boyfriends to be, kind of thing, believing it's expected or required to prove their love. Someone needs you to prove to them that you love, so you end up sleeping them together. This can lead to regret. Of course, you shall have regret, emotional pain, and spiritual conflict. So you want to avoid this. Don't be pressured by anyone else, anyone at all. Just have your principles and goals. The third one is overspending to impress someone. This can also occur to men. They want to impress their ladies. They want to impress other people so that they can feel loved, so they can feel and they can impress and feel loved. And this can really make you go beyond your budget and overspend, which you regret later. The fourth thing is comparing themselves to others. Social media highlights of extravagant Valentine's Day surprises, leading many women to feel inadequate, and because they see their friends and other people on Instagram being given gifts, flowers, and so they feel like they also need to feel the same way, and so they end up comparing themselves with others, not realizing who these people are. So the fifth one is forcing a relationship to feel loved. This is what I was speaking about the first, that people want to feel loved, so they end up even accepting a relationship which they didn't intend to have. Some ladies rush into relationships or push for commitment out of fear of being left out on Valentine's Day. So they feel if they don't commit themselves on this day, then they might be left out and miss out on the chance. They don't see it as missing out a chance, but it's a mistake that people end up by just rushing into this relationship. The sixth one is accepting disrespect for the sake of celebration. Women may ignore red flags or simply tolerate disrespect just to have someone to celebrate with, leading to unhealthy relationship patterns. You end up having patterns that you don't desire simply because you fell so fast, so that you don't miss out on this Valentine's Day, and you end up being disrespected. The seventh is compromising their values. This is very important. Your values are very important, and you want to uphold them whenever and whatever the occasion is. Some ladies agree with such as moving too fast physically or emotionally just to please their partner. You don't need to please anyone. If that partner is not your person, then they're not supposed to push you and rushing you into things that they don't supposed to do just to prove to them that you love them. That's not the way to go. You do not fall into these pressures and forsake your values. The eighth one is using Valentine's Day as a test of love. Expecting a grand gesture and equating it with love can lead to disappointment, especially if the partner expresses maybe love differently. Let it not be a test for love. Let this day not be a test for love. You don't have to test any love to anyone. You can love your friends, your neighbors, your parents, your siblings. That's the best way to express love, but not a test to see if someone, the other person is loves you, because people express love differently. The ninth one is engaging in casual sex that leads to emotional attachment. Some women engage in one night stand or casual sex, thinking it's just fun. But remember, this is not fun because it will end up with emotional attachment, which might bring pain and chaos. But this will later struggle with emotional attachment and, of course, relate, as we have mentioned. The third one is getting back with an ex for temporary comfort. People will get back to their exes because it's Valentine's Day, because they think it's not something permanent, it's temporal, so they do it anyway. The loneliness of Valentine's Day can push some women to reconnect with toxic exes, leading to a repeated heartbreak. Remember, if you shouldn't go back to your ex, if your ex did you bad, they will definitely do it again. So let loneliness not lead you to back to your exes, and because they'll end up treating you badly. The 11th one is letting loneliness lead to desperation. Some ladies entertain unhealthy relationships just to avoid being alone, even when they know it's not right for them. Let loneliness not lead you to desperation and doing things that you're supposed to do, things that are out of you, that will bring embarrassment at the end. The 12th one is expecting a proposal when the relationship isn't ready. Valentine's Day pressure makes some women expect proposal, causing unnecessary disappointment if it doesn't happen. So if a woman is seeing a man and last year they didn't propose, so they're expecting them to do it on this Valentine's Day, and if that doesn't happen, you end up with being disappointment. Don't rush and don't expect anything from someone and such things from a man. The third one is drowning in self-pity instead of self-love. Some ladies spend the day feeling miserable and unloved instead of embracing self-care and friendships or their faith in God's timing. God's timing is the best. You may see like you've stayed along that God and doing something in your life, so you end up going against God's will, but that's not the right thing. You wait on your time and don't feel left out, but embrace that moment of let's say independence, because it prepares you for the world. The last one is ignoring the importance of emotional boundaries. Over investing emotionally in someone who isn't committed can lead to heartbreak after Valentine's Day is over. You should not invest your emotions to someone that much, because it will lead to disappointment. If you don't want a heartbreak, please save your heart for it. So Valentine's Day is just one day in a lifetime of love. The best approach is to stay true to yourself, who you are. Don't change your values for someone. Trust that real love will find you, and it's not based on temporary emotions. It's not based on temporary emotions or society pressure. Let society not pressure you into doing something or believing something just because it's a day. It's a day like the other, like any other. Leave it for the one that are already in the relationships, already in marriage, and people who are sure where they stand in their relationship. So take care and observe these things. Don't make these mistakes, and remember to take care of yourself and embrace yourself.